Welcome to Kayad Manager. It's a system for managing your car selling business. It helps with record keeping, stuff like invoicing, monitoring where the vehicles are, maybe because you import from overseas, so they go through pre-shipping, they would go through customs, maybe to the yard. And if you don't import, for instance, then it would just be probably at the yard until you sell it to the customer. And it helps you analyze this data, gives you reports so that you're also able to make better decisions as life goes on. So among other features that you can find is the ability to record and analyze your purchases as well as your sales. If the sales, for instance, were paid for in a check, the system can give you reminders of when you need to bank that check. You can manage your stuff, maybe just their details, maybe duty roster, stuff like that. Your sales agents as well as the commissions paid to them. You can also manage your suppliers and your customers from this system. Suppliers are more common. Customers would be probably because of repeat customers. And once you have this information, it's easier to even sell more to these customers, give them rewards based on their performance, because the system actually does show you that. And yeah, you can even know exactly what kind of car makes and models they buy more, so that when you're suggesting to them, it's from an informed point of view. If you have any delays in your pipeline, the system will also tell you alongside giving you relevant alerts. Such delays will include stuff like maybe vehicles have arrived at the customs, they've been there for too long, or some cars have stayed at the yard for too long. So it has a lot of this kind of information to help you with your decisions. Going right in, it's a password protected kind of system. So I'll just key in the sample details and log in. So that's it. Once you log in, you get to what is called the dashboard. You can see it's highlighted here. And the dashboard has a top header. It has a side menu and a center area, which is for some brief statistics, basically what makes it a quick glance kind of dashboard. Because whenever you come, you're able to see a bit of stats on your sales value, where the sales are coming from, how it's comparing to the purchases, as well as overall summaries of various totals. On the far right, then you get another quick access navigation menu. These are there to help you maybe in future, so that you have all these various ways of navigating around the system, depending on whatever is easier for you. To make it simpler, we can just click on this button. What happens, it will hide the side menu and we're just left with that. At the very top, you have a search bar where you can search. This is for finding vehicles on the system. If you just have the chassis number or the registration, you can just come and click here, type it in, and it will search and show you the car if it's available. For instance, I just searched the KDF. It's a hypothetical kind of vehicle, but if you click on it, then it will show you the vehicle details, and it's as simple as that, just to help you get to a vehicle very fast, maybe because you want to see some particular details, whether it's still available for sale, how much it's supposed to go for, and such other information. Going to the right side, you have another menu, go to menu. This is to simplify again, you don't have to go looking for stuff on either the side menu or the quick navigation bar. By just clicking here and typing what you want, you can go straight there. So for instance, you wanted to go to vehicles, you just type that. If you want to just see your sales, you just type sales and then you click on it. Alongside that is some icons. The first one shows you activity logs. For instance, you can see what is happening on the system, what you have done, or what maybe your staff members are doing. Then you get some notifications, such as now unpaid invoices, unpaid commission, maybe cars that have been at a certain status for too long. Again, you'll see that. And finally is a way to be able to either view your profile and sign out of the system. When you let me just start by going to the vehicle page, so that you can just see some kind the sort of details you're likely to be keying in and be able to view on the system. So for the car we've searched for, the KDF, this is the vehicle page. You can see the key details from the registration, chassis, fuel, cost, how much you expect to sell it for, and the status, if it has already been sold, for instance, or if it's still at the yard, where it is specifically. This is because the system also supports multiple yards, so you could have various yards as you add your vehicles. You can see your pictures, you're able to upload the documents and they'll appear here. You can see the ownership. If it's a self-purchase, then it will indicate. If it came from a supplier, it will show you the name of the supplier, when it came in. If it has been sold, again, it gives you this kind of stats: when it was sold, who it was sold to, at what amount, and if there was a margin, if it was a loss, or if it was a profit. More details also follow here, as well as the features and options in that car. And this timeline representation when it came in. So for instance, this one did not go through pre-shipping, it did not come from overseas, it just came to the yard straight, and it was there for 5 days, and then the system also tells that it was sold 2 days ago, as well as giving you the dates for that. When you get to the system, I would advise that you click on the go to, type on help, and then the help and FAQs appear. Just click on that, and what happens, it will load a page guiding you on the common functionality available. For instance, how to add your customers, how to add your suppliers, how to add vehicles, which usually come in as inbound records, and because they could be either a self-purchase or they're coming from various suppliers, how to record sales of such vehicles when it happens, and generating now invoices for the sales. And once you have an invoice and maybe a payment has been made, this section will also guide you on how to record such payments, with the different types or the kind of details that are required, and a little bit more of help. Maybe say on now managing the staff duty rosters, managing the consultants, their commissions, and even gives you a link to a manual, which is now the full system manual that will guide you on each and every bit of functionality that is in here. Notably, also, you might want to check out the report section. It will be quite detailed. On this very first tab, you can be able to generate various reports that you want, giving you various totals, net incomes, average cost, maybe even of a particular car model, what's the average cost for that model, and what's the average selling price for that particular model, and such stuff like that. So you just click here, provide various filters like the dates, the ad you're looking at, or maybe you're looking at information from a specific supplier. Maybe you're looking at a specific kind of make and model. You also specify that, and you click on display. And if you just get here and you don't want to do that yet, if you click on default reports, the system is able to give you a couple of important metrics, such as say the average status time in days. This is the time taken in days that on average vehicles stay in a certain status. So like for instance, in delivery, maybe they're coming from the port to your yard. It usually takes around 8 days. The system will be able to tell you that. At the yard, vehicles usually take an average of 13 days. These are metrics you can use just to advise various decisions. And you can also see your current pipeline. Maybe like for instance, at pre-shipping, we have 1 vehicle. In the yard, we have 2 vehicles. We've sold a total of 1 vehicle and such. It also gives you other stats like best-selling models, who are your top suppliers, going by the number of cars that they brought you, who are your top customers, going by the number of vehicles again that they've bought from you. You can see your most expensive purchases and as well as their status. This is just to advise maybe you on say how much money you're holding in stock. And some of the very expensive units, maybe they'll be holding a lot of money that can be spread out on various units. So that's why it's here. If it's in yard, for instance, you can see if it's in under pre-shipping, and if it has been sold, even if it's an expensive purchase, then it's good. It just means that you probably made a profit on that one, so it's good, or at least that money is free to be used on other purchases. Also gives you best performing agents. This is by the commissions that you have given. And those are the default reports. They might keep increasing based on your feedback as you use the system. So feel free to check it out. Thank you.